And Marie, I just want to thank you so much for being here today because you were so clear about how you use concierge. I remember a post that you did in workplace, and you were like, "Look what I did." And the before and after were so stark because there was a lot of talk about concierge. You were just like, "Look, boom, like here it is. Here's what we did." And then I called you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, we do this all the time. Like this is we do this for like X
90,
our
probably
sales."
90, at least 90%.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
And is your husband involved in your business?
We're partners.
Your
We're the
partners?
leads of the team. Yeah. And then we have three
Forgive me, his
agents.
name? Or his name?
Jim Wahlberg,
Jim Wahlberg.
he does a lot of speaking engagements. So
Okay.
he's kind of like our rainmaker.
Well, you're doing a
I
great
say.
job. You occur like a rainmaker, so it's all
Well,
good.
I just, it comes to me and I just do it. I'm
Accolades
kind
are
of the
great.
one that does do all the I take care, I'm in the middle of like five now remodels right now, in the middle of five different projects.
It's a lot of work. I mean, it has come up, right? Concierge, no matter how small or big. I mean, it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
right? But it's
And
also really
and
rewarding.
it's a lot of keeping track, especially with 5, 6 projects going on at once right now.
And out of the five, forgive me, how many of those are using the concierge service?
3 of them. One of
That's
them didn't need really any improvements except for inspections and a few little repairs.
Are you having a photographer run out and do the before photos intentionally?
No, our marketing gal does the before photos, takes them with her phone, and then we get the
Oh,
after.
she does.
She likes to see the property. She does the avids for all our properties. She does the the insights for the views on private exclusive. Does
Wow.
send out once a week to all the clients to show, how many looks they're getting, whether it's on the
Yeah.
market or private exclusive. Sends out a progress report every week.
This is a Compass marketing person or in-house, your
This is
team,
a team member of ours.
a team member of yours. Okay.
Mhm. So
That's a
we have Compass marketing people in our office that are fabulous. But then our in-house, our on-team marketing person is a dedicated creative director because she's really good. She does our social media on the Bay Area team. So we have the Bay Area team, and then I think you've looked at my private Instagram. We've been doing this a long time, and we've had a lot of trials and tribulations, but I feel like we're pretty well oiled right now, and we have a really nice team. My husband is the only male on the team, so we kind of have a hashtag of 4 gals and a guy, which,
that's good. So
anyway, we
that's
did a
okay.
really
Yeah.
we did a really funny. Do you ever remember Charlie's Angels?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll send that to you later. We did a Charlie's
Yeah.
Angels Instagram with all us girls and then him being Charlie, and it was pretty funny. So I'll send
Hey, if
that
it
to you.
works, it works. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Sounds like a great dynamic between all of you. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. So 3 out of the 5 are concierge and
Currently. Right. Mhm.
right, currently private exclusive because they work great hand in hand, right? Your area is certainly an affluent area, you would say. How do you pitch concierge to people who don't need the money?
They may have they may be affluent and have money, but they may have their money in places they don't want to cash out, right? It might
Yeah.
be in money market, it might be in stock. They may have stuff that they want to use it for something else.
Yeah.
And, we always mention it's a $750 fee, right? But it's a way to leverage money, and it depends also how much they're gonna do. Some people prefer just to do it even though they have the money. Some don't, but you can kind of know people that it would be a good thing for them not to have to dig into savings or dig into accounts that they don't want to liquidate to be able to do this.
So do you pitch it as such, as use other people's money?
You can keep your money making money, and leveraging this. And, I'd say people that can afford it, maybe a quarter of the times you think that they can afford doing the improvements, but they
Mhm.
decide to use concierge anyway.
Yeah. Well, I've heard you say leverage a couple times. Is that a key phrase that you use?
Yeah.
Leverage?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
leverage concierge instead of taking your own money out of something.
I love that. What is your approach when you go in and meet a seller?
My question will be, do you wanna get top dollar for your house? And most people want top dollar. And we have before and after pictures, we have pricing that we've gotten for houses, and show the difference of houses that aren't updated. And when people say, what do I need to do? Well, what do you think I need to do in my house? I get a lot of people that say that the first time we come in the house. I want you to go around and tell me what I need to do. I said,
Yeah.
that's not my job.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know, I know things to do,
oh,
but I'm
interesting.
not the specialist. This is why we have a team. We have a stager and design consultant that knows what the buyers are needing right now and knows how to get you top dollar with the least amount of work. And we could take it. Do you want from top to bottom what to do? Do you want to just take it minimally or refresh? We have a great stager. That's one of the top stagers in the US. I'll look over consultation proposals first. So how we also promote it to the clients are, you're hiring us because we are your real estate advisors, but you are the final decision makers. So we can advise you on things to do. But if it doesn't work for you, you're the final decision maker to decide if you're going to do that or not. But we will
Yeah.
let you know you may be losing money if you do it that way.
Are you focusing more on just spending time and getting related to them and
It's
getting to know them?
actually, we spend time getting to know them. First
Yeah.
thing is, the first question we ask when we go into a listing presentation is, when we leave today, what is it you will have wanted to talk about and find out? Sometimes they'll say, I want to talk about your marketing. I want to talk about your pricing. I want to talk about commission. And other times, some of them was like, well, I want to know like what we need to do to our house. And I can generally tell you some things that we want to do, but really, I'm a realtor. You're a negotiator. You're a marketing person. I'm getting it sold. Part of our team is having a stager designer. That's their specialty. Just like we have a marketing person on our team and we have the Compass marketing, that's also their specialty. Although we know how we're going to market it, we have some very unique ways of sometimes doing houses, and we really put our thinking cap on how to market outside the box sometimes for certain properties.
Yeah.
Um, so
But getting back to concierge though, because in our first conversation, I really remember like you're like, I don't know, like you said something like, 7 out of you pitch it at a 7 out of 10, or you're doing
we
them
have,
all time.
I will say that typically we do. I would say 80% of of our our listings use concierge in some form or another.
That is so amazing. You're in the California northern. I mean, I just saw one of your listings was a sale in Pleasanton
Oh,
Road.
Happy Valley
Oh,
Road in Pleasanton. It was a ranch, the ranch property.
yeah, that was beautiful. 43 acres.
Mhm. We do specialize also. We do have ranch properties out in this area,
Yeah.
um, just on the suburbs in Danville
We
and
have ranches
Pleasanton.
in New Jersey too, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Just so
but
you know.
that's one of our niches is ranch properties, and
Oh, is that right?
we got into that years and years ago. We were referred by a friend of a big ranch owner, and we marketed it totally different than
Oh,
most
that's
ranch
amazing.
people that market. They just put a flyer in, and it's all about, number of stalls and everything. And we really did the whole kit and caboodle. We staged the house, the ranch house, and we, got everything kind of buttoned up and did some amazing marketing. And all of a sudden we had like 5 ranch listings. So that was probably 10, 15 years ago. So we do have a good portion of the ranch listings
Love that.
out in this area.
Fun fact, did you know New Jersey is the location of the US equestrian team? I
So
think you
there's an
mentioned that, but
equestrian
yeah.
division of Compass that, again, my husband is involved in the Zoom calls that they do,
Yeah,
but we're involved in that part of Compass too. Yeah.
love that. I tried getting into the entertainment group because my
Mhm.
dad was an old actor. I don't know if you
Mhm.
knew that.
No, I
Uh,
did not.
my dad was an old Academy Award winning actor,
Oh,
Anthony Quinn.
wow.
Have you
Oh,
ever heard?
of course I know who that is. Duh. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said, "No, you have to."
You have to have sold it to the,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I was hoping to be an honorary member, but it didn't work.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Well, that's a great fact that I didn't know about you.
we used to do movie nights, by the way. I used to do a one Anthony Quinn movie night every year pre-COVID. And it was always so much fun. dinner
Did you
and a
do it with
movie.
clients or did you do
Yeah,
it, was it
clients and friends.
clients?
Yeah, clients, friends.
I
Yeah.
think that would be a great thing to start back up again if you have
Oh, I know. I know.
clients.
Well, people have been asking, so I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're talking concierge and you're saying, well, we do on a significant portion, is it the same pitch every time? Are you going like concierge would be a great option for this house, or based on is it the pitch
And
every time? Is it
sometimes
the
it's
leverage
not
pitch?
if yeah, but not like right in the beginning. It's like,
Yeah,
we start with how we were brought, whether it was referral or like how
sure,
did you get a
sure.
hold of us? Yeah, we called you off magazine ad, or we saw you were number one on Zillow in Danville. And I mean, we get called different ways. A lot of our business is referrals. So we will go in and talk about, and the first thing we try to do is learn about the client. Lots of times we'll find out we have similarities in something, but we'll get to concierge, and sometimes people that you don't think is going to want it are very excited about it. In fact, one of our listings that we went into interview with several weeks ago also called us because they researched Compass agents and decided to choose my husband and I to interview with, but concierge was one of the reasons they wanted to interview. They wanted
That's
to interview a Compass agent because they had heard about concierge. That was one of the
that's
reasons. And we do put that in our listing presentation too. We have
yeah, I'm
a
sure.
piece about Compass Concierge, and then we have examples of what we have done.
Anything you want to share with the Compass community about winning more listings?
I could maybe talk about our vendors. I think, we keep
Yeah,
our own vendor list. So with one of our team members finds someone really good, we'll say, "Oh my gosh, we got to add him on our vendor
yeah,
list." So we have
right.
flooring people, and it kind of just depends on the category of home of who we use. We've got window washers, we've got landscapers, we've got, all the inspection people, we've got the
Yeah.
repair people. So we keep our own vendors, and one of the biggest issues, at least in California, has become insurance.
Uh-huh.
So we keep a range of insurance people, even if we're representing the seller and it's not for the buyer. We're not representing the buyer. We have insurance people who will represent to the buyer, the buyer's agent, that are not even aware that insurance is an issue, which is amazing. So we will usually get insurance quotes on all our listings before to have as part of our disclosures. We
Is
will have
this
an insurance person quote it,
is
and
this
we'll
for fire, acts of God, flood? I mean, there's a lot of things happening in
fire for us, it's fire. So,
Wow.
there is probably 90% of the insurance companies that will not insure in California. It's bigger
Wow.
than appraisals. Like, it's our biggest hurdle in any transaction right now. Like, we had one we just sold, the fire insurance part of it was $40,000 a year on a property we
Oh,
sold. Yeah. And there's people, so, of course, this can come up if people have contingencies and they find out, "Oh my god, it's $40,000. I'm backing out. I didn't know it would be that." So now, typically with our listings, especially if they're bigger homes, they back to open space, they're in the hills, something that we know it's gonna be more difficult, we will get a insurance quote in
upfront.
our disclosures before we even have a buyer look at disclosures.
Yeah, because the sooner you disclose that, the better, right? I just want to thank you so much for spending time with me, with
Sean,
the
it was
Compass
great. It
community.
was wonderful to meet you in person, and we'll keep our concierge conversations going, and
Yeah, thank you so
our
much.
next
So,
one, I'll make sure that Julia posts in
yeah,
Workplace.
tell
Yeah,
Julia, right, Julia post. I
she's
think,
great.
really committed I try to remind realtors that it's not necessarily about selling concierge. It's about starting fresh conversation, reigniting old ones, and of course, winning listings, right? So the fact that you so generously shared that so many of your listings are accepting concierge, welcome concierge is so empowering. I
Yeah.
think it's going to provide a very empowering context for a lot of realtors that I'm talking to. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think it's also just getting comfortable talking about all the different avenues and the vendors you
Yeah.
have and everything, and not that they have to do it, that, you know, you can get some estimates and decide, but
Leverage,
yeah,
leverage.
leverage. You need to have leverage.